It's paint. It's players. It's colorful and in your face. Paintballs. Paintball players, the best in the world, gathered in Orlando for the World Paintball Championships, and we are set for the final game. Let's go to Fred Schultz with the teams.
I'm here now with Dale Price and the Paraplegic Turtles, and these guys are getting ready to go out and rock and roll. Dale, the point system, buddy. You got to keep tabs on your points. How are you guys sitting right now?
We're sitting 10 points above Rage. We have 200 points. They have 190.
So if you go out and you guys max this one, it looks real good.
We're untouchable if we do that.
Number one, baby. First place.
Are you going to change anything? Your strategy seems to have been working pretty good.
We're not changing a thing.
Anything different? You going to go out and do basically what you did before, or are you going to change something?
Actually, we're going to try to, we've got a lot of sweet spots out there. We think they're going to use one of their fast guys to run far up in the center. We're going to try to key on that area and try to get him out.
Rage in red from the right. And it looked like one of the Rage players left early. In blue from the left come the Turtles. Mike Fox with a head-first slide into the bunker. The bunker sprayed with paintballs from the Turtles, but Fox is safe. Looks like nobody got to midfield.
Yeah, but they both chewed up a lot of territory. Both teams are well positioned at this point.
In the bunker, shadow on the far tape, an official talking with Danny Benura of Rage, and he's been tossed.
John, you were right. Danny Benura left early. That constitutes an elimination. He is not happy.
4-0 Turtles lead as we look at Captain Dale Price. Once again, the Turtles have taken an early lead. And here's trouble for Rage. Back in the flag station, Alberto Carbajal, their fast man, apparently having equipment problems. Todd Lair, meanwhile, for the Turtles, has gained the middle bunker at the center of the field. Looks like a big advantage for the Turtles.
It is, because it's Chino, it's Alberto Carbajal. That's their wheels that gets into the middle bunker that makes it happen in the middle. Rage is at a disadvantage now. They lost Danny, and they don't have Chino in the game.
Rage against the sun. You see the shadows off the bunkers. And there is Todd Adamson, the Rage captain. There's the one thing he has in common, by the way, with Michael Jordan.
He's taking a lot of heat, John. Paintballs are flying in.
Turtles with a 4-0 early lead in this final game at the World Paintball Championships. Somewhat back from midfield except for Todd Lair, their speed man, but they have better positioning. Look, all that paint in the double bunker. And you can see the Rage players tucked in behind them. There's a check on Todd Lair, who's doing some work on his marker. And back in the flag station, his opposite number, Alberto Carbajal, still working on his. Now Todd fires around, looking for somebody on the Rage side, and somebody has been hit.
That's Foxy, Michael Fox. He's out, one of the front men. Now you have 2 Rage players eliminated and 1 not in the game. All of them front men.
8-0, Turtles with the lead very early in this game.
And literally, the offensive capability of Rage severely diminished.
Dale Price in the defensive area of the field, indicated by the solid blue short bunker, and now he moves ahead to the stripe bunker, meaning he's in the front portion, the front quarter of his side of the field. Dale, with the artificial leg, lost his leg in a motorcycle accident 3 years ago, has not stopped his athletic endeavors. Carl Reed being checked for paint. He's okay. Doing some work, too, on his marker. Now trailing 8-0, and Rage already in a hole from the previous game's score. Do they have to do something soon, or can they take their time, Jerry?
They can take their time. There's only a 10-point difference between the scores. Rage came in with 190. The Turtles came in with 200. So the Turtles have an advantage, but Rage is not under pressure to make it happen soon. This is a 20-minute game, and they can take their time. It looks like Chino is up and ready to go.
But he will not, in all likelihood, be able to get to that midfield bunker where he normally tries. Now Carl Reed moving up for the Turtles in the offensive end. Leading 8-0, they could indeed lay back and win the game. But it hasn't been their style. Can they make themselves do it in this one? The 1996 World Paintball Championships are brought to you by Paintball Sports Magazine. From pickup games to tournaments, novice players and champions alike read Paintball Sports Magazine. Can the Turtles do it one more time, or will the Rage derail the magic ride? The title game at the World Paintball Championships here in Orlando. Hello, everybody. I'm John Nicholson, along with Jerry Braun, managing editor of Paintball Sports Magazine. Jerry, what a ride it's been for the Turtles. They knocked off numbers 1 and 2, having come in seated last, but the Rage are mighty good.
The Rage are, but you notice the Turtles now have a bit of an advantage. They are set up well, and they could go all the way.
They've got to hang in there if they can. To win, the Rage has got to outpoint them or really probably take the flag.
Yes, it's close, but the Rage is 10 points behind them coming into this game. They've got to do something.
As if I really have to ask, watching a game like this, tell me, why would people choose to play this sport, paintball?
I think that it is the ultimate game that you could choose to play. As a very young person, you played it as tag or hide and seek. It engenders the same feelings in you that you had when you were a child. It kind of relieves all of the pressures of the outside world.
3 little letters, F-U-N. Thanks, Jerry. Back to the action now. Let's see who it's going to be, the Turtles or the Rage. Turtles defenseman Carl Reed, as we hear the 5-minute horn sounding. That means in addition to the forwards, the halfbacks may cross midfield. Only the defensemen have to wait until the 10-minute mark to cross. In the previous game, by the way, the Turtles were penalized because they won so quickly. 2 of their defensemen did cross too soon. There's a move by one of the Rage players, Alberto Carvajal, on the far tape, trying to get up to a place he's more accustomed to at this point in the game. He had marker trouble early.
Chino may have come up too far too fast. They've got a beat on him, and they've been laying pain on him.
Mike Buckner moving up now for the Turtles.
Turtles are getting into position, just like you said, Judd. There, Alberto Carvajal, Chino is out of the game.
You are absolutely right, Jerry. Too far, too fast, and too many paintballs coming at him. And so after waiting all that time, fixing his marker, he almost immediately is eliminated. 12-0, Turtles lead it.
And you can see Rage is well back in their territory. They've lost 3 players, and they have nobody anywhere near the middle. Contrast that with the Turtles. Look at how well positioned the Turtles are. They have a tremendous offensive capability, and they are spread through the field.
There's what they're going for. Turtles forward Mark Roberts. His team leads it by a score of 12-0 in this final game of the World Paintball Championships. There is the 10-minute horn, and that means any player on either side is allowed to cross that midfield line, go any place on the field.
And it's even more of a desperate situation for Rage. Not only do the Turtles lead at 12-0, but they also came into this game 10 points ahead of Rage. So in effect, they have a 22-point advantage as well as a tremendous positional advantage on this field.
You get 4 points for each opponent you eliminate, 10 points for pulling your opponent's flag, 50 more points for hanging that flag at your flag station on your end of the field. And for every minute you do that under 20, you get 10 bonus points. Bonus points probably won't mean much in this game. It's who wins and by how much. There is Larry Whitaker of Rage calling out. And Scott Dunkelberger, Dunk, fellow halfback. There you see the Turtles positioning a solid wall. And Captain Dale Price cleaning out the barrel of his marker. He looks confident.
Let him come, just stay alive.
I've got to get out of here.
There's the advice from Mark Roberts. Let him come. Now he makes the move. Let him come, stay alive, because as you said, Jerry, Rage needs points. Turtles don't. Todd Lair, front man for the Turtles in the midfield bunker. He is the speed demon. He's in a good position.
And you can see he's the only one close to the center. Rage has nobody up close.
And should Rage come, he's in a position to stop them as they come.
Rage has to begin to move its players into offensive-minded positions. They have to start taking the front bunkers in their territory and spread the field.
They know they gotta come. They know. And Bucker, as soon as I'm able to shoot, I'll shoot him.
Bill Adams for the Turtles. Listening to Dale Price's advice and putting some more paintballs into his marker.
On the right! He's at the double bunker!
Scott Dunkelberger moving up. Dale Price, meanwhile, yelling to his fellow Turtles where Rage players are located. If you know where they are, easier to pick them off. Doug Massey kicking up the grass as he crosses. He's all right, but Scott Dunkelberger is not. We heard Bill Adams yell he's gone, and indeed, Dunk is gone, making it 16-0 Turtles.
The Turtles have a choice. They're up by 4 players. They can either sit back and wait for Rage to come to them, or they can play their game, try and win the game decisively, but in making a push, open up winning chances for Rage.
Let's go to the sidelines now. Fred Schultz with Scott Dunkelberger.
Looks like they got you up by a couple right now.
I mean, they played both sides pretty good all day, and it looks like their toughest game is they sit behind the bunkers and they wait for the aggressive team to move on them. When we got low on our count, we knew we had to try to make something happen. So they're really crossfiring good, so we're trying to move up into situations where we can help our own guys out.
I was thinking maybe Dunk was trying to marshal his forces, but I didn't want to say that. Mark Roberts now standing and dancing for the Turtles. Can the lead be that good? Bill Adams peering around that double bunker. And now Carl Reed moves up near midfield for the Turtles. Paulo Balzano moving on the opposite side, and Mark Roberts stepping up for the Turtles. They are not pulling into their shells by any means. Movement on both sides of the field there.
Rage is not going to roll over. You look at the Turtles. They are so well positioned throughout the field, defensively and offensively.
The Turtles playing with so much confidence, it seems like the main thing they have to do is not get overconfident. If anybody's in a shell, it's Rage.
Yeah, John, you could see this player in the bunker. He can lean out a little bit, take a couple of shots, but he's got to pull back in right away. The Turtles are on him. They have the angles on the Rage players.
16-0 they lead. Todd Lair there in the midfield bunker, the V, for the Turtles.
And nobody in sight for Rage.
Now Bill Adams stepping out. Every time you step out from behind the bunker, you're putting yourself in a position where you could be hit, but the Turtles don't seem particularly worried about that.
The Turtles have the support. They have players that support one another up close to the midfield line. Rage lost players and don't have the position.
And here they go again. These are the fastest Turtles you're ever likely to see. They just keep moving up.
The Turtles made their choice. They are taking the game to Rage. They're not waiting for Rage.
And now they've paid for it for the first time. Todd Lair out of there. As we return, Paulo Balzano is out. Mark Roberts moving across for the Turtles. They lead it now 20-4. Here's Captain Todd Adamson. Is he out? His marker is not up. On the far side now, the Turtles moving.
Turtles are powering the far side.
And everybody's moving. Dave Miller now sprinting across.
He's hit.
He's picked off apparently by Larry Whitaker. Paintballs are flying in every direction. Todd Adamson apparently is not out. Carl Reed is gone, and Adamson is firing away. There's Mark Roberts gone on the other side. All of a sudden, Dale Price is out. Rage has hope.
There goes Doug Massey. He's moving up. He's out.
And Larry Whitaker gone for Rage. What in the heck happened with Todd Adamson? Now he is sprinting for the flag.
He already did it! You're done!
Now he's pulled the flag, but he's being stopped by the officials. Everybody on both teams now is out except for Todd and this man, Mike Olson of the Turtles, who has pulled the flag on the opposite end.
And there's a real argument going down by the Rage flag.
This is unbelievable. Each team with just one player remaining, and that one player holding the opposite team's flag in his hand.
But, John, we don't know. That's the argument at the Rage station. Was Todd eliminated or not?
Exactly, because he appeared to be walking off, but again, he was not holding up his marker over his head. And now, Mike Olson stops. He wants to know what's going on. He doesn't want to take any chances. Well, they'll check him for paint, and the officials have got to sort this out.
Right, John, because if Todd is still in the game, he got the pull. He's got to be given the pull. And the judge stopped him, so he wasn't able to run it back, while Mike Olson pulled the other flag. Rosie is giving him the pull because Todd was in the game.
So the 10 points for the first pull stand for Rage, which leads it now 46-36. Todd wants Olson to go back, and the officials say yes. Mike Olson, you must go back because he advanced while the dispute was going on at the other end of the field.
Was he your first?
Yes.
And still shooting?
Yes.
That's a different story. We got 1 minute 30 left when you get ready.
So what happened with Todd?
That's what I was going to do. I told him, Todd, go back over here, have the guy check you. When he checks you, get up and walk down the line. Walk now that Scotty's walking out. So he walked with you. As soon as he went down, boom, we were in. I go, Todd, as soon as you do it, we're going to start pushing. They won't notice you up there walking. Once they didn't do that,
Todd
he came up and shot him.
He could have went all the way. They weren't even looking.
So, when Scott Dunkelberger was eliminated, Todd Adamson made the Turtles believe he had been too, a so-called dead man's walk. And now, he is very much alive in this game. And the man doing the walking is Mike Olson for the Turtles, back to his own flag station.
What we have, John, is a one-on-one right now with the score 46 for Rage, 36 for the Turtles. But since the Turtles came in 10 points ahead of Rage, 200 to 190, right now the score is dead even. Each team has 236 points to their credit for the 2 games in the final. You can't get much better than this.
And a nice try by Mike Olson. He wanted to stop before he got back to the flag station, but the official said, no, you go back. So he will to the Rage flag station, and Todd Adamson is in the Turtles flag station. It's one-on-one now. It's kind of like a penalty shot in overtime in hockey, except in this case, both players get to shoot, and both players get to defend. When they are in the stations, they'll start the clock, and they'll go at each other. Speed certainly has to go to Olson.
Speed goes to Olson, but you've got a 500-foot-long field, and Olson has to get by Todd, just like Todd has to get by Mike.
Double bumper!
Tell Joanne we're going for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Stay alive! We have the first pull!
A very good point. Indeed, Rage does have the first pull and a 10-point advantage in this game. When you add the totals from this game and the first game in the final round robin, it is dead even. And here is the kicker. Rage has the tiebreaker because they piled up the most points in the first 2 games. Here they go.
Todd's playing it real smart. He knows he can't match stride for stride with Mike, so he's walking out. He's going to set the duel.
He also knows that Mike has to eliminate him for the Turtles to win. All he has to do is not get eliminated. Mike moving up now. He's at midfield. There at the V, the all-white tall bunker. Todd, meanwhile, reloading in a hurry. Apparently too much of a hurry there, but he's all right. Mike has got to find an angle, Jerry.
Well, you've got the two players maybe 90 feet apart. Todd at the extreme left of your screen, Mike at the extreme right. Mike is starting to make a move up.
He has got to do that if the Turtles are going to win. And he's been hit. Todd has taken out Mike, and now Todd will lumber to the opposite end of the field for a hang he does not need, but will put the icing on the cake. What a come-from-behind win for Rage in this final game of the World Championships of Paintball. He dives in safely. And there is a thoroughly dejected Mike Olson. They check Todd Adamson for paint. He's okay. And Olson is okay physically, but has a broken heart. As Rage celebrates, let's look again at how it all went down at the end.
The Turtles started to power into Rage's territory. Their focus was on the Rage targets. They were not focusing on Todd at the near tape line. Look at him go. And you'll also notice that most of the strength of Rage was on the far tape line. In the meantime, Todd, following dunk, marker down, barrel unplugged, was walking right into Turtle territory without the Turtles noticing him.
This is a legitimate move, Jerry.
It is. It's like a fake in football. Statue of Liberty play.
Then Todd is hit, but apparently by a player who was out. That was the argument at the flag station, so he's okay. When we come back, Fred with more about that dead man's walk.
A dead man's walk is when a man gets up, he is not eliminated, but yet he puts his marker alongside of himself and just walks right flat out in the open. Sometimes that works with some teams, excuse me, because they expect him to run down there, not just walk down there, and especially with no cover standing out wide in the open like that. So what Todd did is he went down, he exchanged fire with another guy. The other guy got hit in the pouch. Therefore, that gentleman didn't feel it, so there will be no penalty points. The man fired back after he was eliminated and hit Todd in the hand. Therefore, Todd is still in the game because he was hit by an eliminated player. That was unbelievable. What a game. What a game. That's all I can say.
One last sprint for Captain Todd Adamson, this time with the trophy. He made it happen for his team Rage out of Florida. They are the winners. The 1996 World Paintball Championships have been brought to you by Westgate Resort. Over 1,000 suites in the Orlando area, minutes away from all area attractions. And by Paintball Sports Magazine. Game sites, stores, equipment, special events, the first and last word in paintball all over the world.
Who are we? We're so young. Rage! 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 Yeah! Whoa!
And they are the champions. For Fred Schultz and Jerry Braun, I'm John Nicholson. Thanks for joining us. So long, everybody.